Hey everybody, this is Jesse P. Gilmore, agency transformation coach and founder of Niche in Control, creator of Leverage for Growth.
And I'm Lucas James, founder of Twiz.io, which scaled from $0 to $200,000 a month with my own agency.
We are the hosts of Leverage for Growth podcast agency leverage episodes. We know that in order to scale your agency successfully, there are multiple shifts that need to happen within the founder's mindsets, skill sets, and leadership styles. We are on a mission to interview marketing and PR agency owners on their journey to 6, 7, and 8 figures and leverage the lessons from their journey to save you time, energy, and money in order for you to get your agency to the next level. If you find value in these episodes, watch the case study video to learn more about Leverage for Growth and how we successfully scale agencies quickly at nicheincontrol.com/case study. That's nicheincontrol.com/case study. You are now listening to Leverage for Growth. Hey everybody, this is Jesse P. Gilmore, founder of Niche in Control and creator of Leverage for Growth. Welcome to the Agency Leverage Edition. Today I am here with Sahid Nahim, the founder of New Bloom Solutions and Above All Flowers, a business services agency that is innovating the flower industry one stem at a time. Thanks for coming to our show today, Sahid.
Thank you for having me. Truly appreciate it, Jesse. Excited.
Absolutely. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about the history and background of your agency?
Got to tell you a little bit of history of myself. I've been in the industry for 18 years, flower industry, which is interesting. No, we are not florists. Okay, so I'll get that out of the way now. There's a lot of moving parts of the flower industry, so we focus on B2B. But being in the industry for 18 years as a sales rep and a trainer, et cetera, business developer, I learned that the flower industry wasn't innovating quick enough, right? So I created New Bloom Solutions and partnered with Above All Flowers. And our mission is really little 3 words, is to innovate, connect, and bloom. Innovation is by representing different startups, by promoting and advocating for innovations and startups within the industry. Connect is where we connect the entire industry and all sectors to each other through the Bloom Show that we have on YouTube, newsletters, email marketing lists, events that we host, going to conventions, and really truly being present and giving everyone a voice and a place that they can come and gather at one place. And then Bloom is also offering different services like website design, SEO, even recruiting, consulting, product development, business development, because we believe in a holistic approach to B2B business services.
That's awesome. And did your agency start off with all those different types of services, or has it kind of evolved over a period of time? Talk a little bit about evolution.
Great question. So we picked up, drop, picked up, right? So we started as a digital marketing agency thinking, social media is a thing, but then we learned social media in the flower industry is very difficult, because you do have florists, you do have wholesalers, you have growers, and content has to be true to what they're growing or what they're presenting. It can't just be a t-shirt or a static picture or a stock photo, because they're spending millions of dollars on creating one rose, for example, a new variety of rose. So we've dropped digital marketing. That's one of the things we dropped. And then another example is we picked up recruiting and established a recruiting agency called Paul and Talent. Why? Because our customers that were consulting on business development were asking us for sales reps, because that's my background. So then we developed that. So as we go, we continue to pick up different services. Sometimes they're third-party services, and sometimes they're in-house services. We're trying not to do too much in-house anymore at this point. We're kind of topped out, but we are partnering up with different agencies, or partner up with a photography company or a 3D photography company. Any innovation that's really cool that we could see that could kind of come into the flower industry, we bring them in, we help build a brand, and they become our partner agency. So a lot of pivoting, like most of us, right?
Yeah. And from the choice of the niche, was that something that it's because you were in the flower industry before and then it kind of morphed into your own baby?
Yeah, so in the flower industry, seeing a need for it. It's an industry that in the 80s and 90s, it went gangbusters, and then the industry didn't want to change, because why change something if it ain't broke, right? Why fix something? So that's where my passion about 4 or 5 years ago is I'm going to be an advocate for that. That's how I started the Bloom Show and the newsletters, creating awareness. Other industries are changing. We should should change. But staying within the flower industry, seeing that there was a need for innovation, for connecting, for networking. I don't think there's many companies like us there that we focus on these things and we share our network. So really, it started one for being in the flower industry, and then two, if you think about it, flowers affect people's lives from the day they're born to the day they pass away and after. So there's a true meaning to flowers. So it's a really good cause to be in the flower industry because we are changing people's lives and making people happy and giving them comfort. So all that combined worked very well and kept me here. They say once you come in the flower industry, you never leave, and I guess it's true for me.
That's awesome. And as you're talking, I keep on thinking about roots because ultimately, as the evolution of your own agency, you're kind of growing roots and developing different services based around the needs. Have you always been very customer centric? Because the only way of actually doing what you're doing right now is based around figuring out customer needs and being able to figure out solutions. 100%. So can you talk a little bit about customer centric in your agency?
I come from a background of hospitality and of fashion, right? So being in a background of hospitality, waiting tables, bartending tables, et cetera, you're catering to the customer's needs at all times. And if you don't have the answer, I'll be right back with the answer, sir, right? So you're always trying to find a solution and always trying to find how to make that customer happy because you're going to get a better tip. So that mentality has always resonated with me. Even in our recruiting, we look for some hospitality, we kind of dabble in that. But then going into the fashion industry, a way of presenting, of listening to trends, listening to demand, listening to markets, understanding that you have a person walks in, you diagnose, what color do you like? Red. What are you looking for today? Shoes. Are you looking for comfort? So understanding what they're looking, presenting it in front of them, making them make the decision based on 3 options, let's say, but listening to them and not just feeding them what you feel they want to hear, but really asking the questions, getting down to their needs, what they need it for, and then finding the solutions on top of it.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And for anybody that's listening, if you were to give them advice on how to be more customer centric, that's obviously your superpower, right? So if you were to give somebody some kind of advice on either something that they could do, either a strategy or a tactic to be more customer centric, what would you give them, or what advice would you give?
It's as simple as saying put yourself in their shoes, but that might not be easy, right? But there's a book, it's not around here, Gap Selling. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. But it's ask them questions first. Forget about what you do, right? Don't sell yourself first. Ask them questions. And I'm just learning this, I'll be honest. I'm trying to implement it. You could read all you want, but if you don't implement it, you never do it. But learn about your customer first, understand your customer, have vision for your customer. Your customer sometimes might come and they're very tunnel vision. So try to foresight, look past what they're even telling you. Use your network and all your past experiences as well. But I'll go back to that book, read, learn how to dive into the needs of your customers, because your customers' needs comes before what you could offer or your services, because you have to make sure that it's a good fit. So, read and educate yourself. And that's been a book that I've really taken on lately this past year to absorb. And I think I'm on my 2nd or 3rd read of it, to really absorb and to understand it, to be able to ask the right questions to get to the right solution for that customer.
I love it. There are some books that you just study as opposed to just breeze through, and it seems like that's a good one.
Yeah, because any book you could breeze through it, but I highlight, I fold pages, and then I go back and create my own study guide. So that's just another tip, I guess, is, make sure to have a highlighter, make sure to have a pencil, and mark, because you're going to lose 90% of that information. Go back to it and then make your own study guide, your own cheat sheet, and then start practicing it. And it's developed good results for us for the last 3 months that we've been using.
Cool. Awesome. And for success in your agency, what are you working on? What are you getting excited about maybe in the next 1 to 3 years?
We're implementing some influencer strategies to highlight some of our vendors. We're also doing some cool partnerships, some really exciting partnerships as well. Just got signed on to another Great product that we're going to be representing. So very excited about that. This year we created an advertising model because we do have a newsletter. We do have the Bloom Show. So we've been doing that just for 3 months and we're basically booked. So excited about still making that revenue model, right? So my idea has always been is how many streams of revenue can we have? So if one's not working, so implementing, I think we've implemented 2 to 3 new revenue models starting March. So excited to see that evolve and see which one sticks, right? The one thing I always say is I don't fear perfection. So if I try something that fails, perfectly fine with me as long as I tried it.
Awesome. And for anybody that's listening, what would be the best way for people to get in touch with you, or do you have any offers for them that they could take advantage of?
I would say it would be great to sign up to our newsletter. You can go to www.newbloomsolutions.com. You'll get a quick pop-up. Sign up to the newsletter if you want to understand a new industry within all sectors. And then if you want to check out and understand the flower industry a little bit more, because I truly encourage startups to enter our industry. It's hard to come in as an advertising agency or marketing agency without knowing the industry. It's such a niche. It's so unique. It's not easy to understand, from terminologies to people to actions to customer behavior. It's so difficult even to write content. But going to the Bloom Show, for example, on YouTube and kind of get an understanding and seeing different startups, I hope to encourage new startups and new businesses to enter. And that's something I encourage you. If you have an idea and you're interested, maybe partnering up with an agency because you're looking to get into another industry, reach out. You could always reach out to P as in Paul, M as in Michael, but just PM at newbloomsolutions.com, or go to our website, newbloomsolutions.com, and put contact there and reach out to us. And I always have time for startups and different agencies to talk to. You never know where it may lead.
Cool. Absolutely. And for anybody that's listening, I will put the URLs in the show notes so you can get connected with Sahid. And I just want to thank you very much for being on the show.
Appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
Agency owners, if you want to transform your agency to sustain and grow without your direct involvement, where you can stop working in the business and switch to working on the business, where you can regain control of your time, delegate effectively, get paid what you're worth, and have your team run the day-to-day, go to nicheincontrol.com/case study right now to learn more about Leverage for Growth. You can book a free strategy session with us to look at your systems, understand what needs to be done in order for you to scale, and get a free strategic plan for the next year to live the life of entrepreneurship that you've always dreamed about. Go to nicheincontrol.com/case study. That is nicheincontrol.com/case study now.